Hey, what's up? What's up? Joe in Vegas back with another review. Seal. I wouldn't say legendary, but he's definitely been a very popular singer for a very long time now, probably a good 30 years or so. Um, I'm not. I know nothing about Seal. I know. No, I know "Kiss from a Rose." I know that song "Crazy" from the radio. They were. I know they were massive songs, but honestly, never in the genre of music I listen to ever. So I don't think I've ever in my life put on those songs just to put on those songs. Know them from the store and the dentist office. They're good songs. They're nice songs. They're catchy songs. Better than the shit that's on the radio now. That's for sure. So nothing but like no, what's the word? Prejudging or anything going in. I really was like numb. There was really nothing going on in town last night that I wanted to see. It's getting to the point where I've seen just about every residency. I've seen, the big tours and stuff. I don't mind seeing an artist like the Killers 100 times or Guns N' Roses or I don't know a lot, even Rod Stewart. I mean, I go see those shows all the time. There just wasn't anything I wanted to run to last night that's worth the money. There was Bruno Mars, there was stuff like that, but it's $300 a ticket. I don't need to see Bruno Mars for the eighth time for $300 a ticket. Anyway, enough about that. It's about Seal. So I ended up at Seal. I landed on Seal. Ticket prices were okay. This is interesting too. This might be very helpful for somebody. Ticketmaster has something called dynamic pricing. It started a couple of years ago. I think during COVID, maybe after COVID. Basically, if a show is not selling, as it gets closer to the show, they slash prices the day or two before. There's no way of knowing which shows they're going to do it with. I mean, it's generally, if you see 3 or 4 days before the show that there's a lot of seats available, I would wait. Don't buy those tickets. So I was keeping an eye on the tickets. Down below in the first section, the tickets were $160 plus fees, and anything farther back was $70 plus fees. Did not want to pay that much for Seal. I was not going to go. And then the day before, everything got slashed in half. So those first sections were 80-something, and those back sections turned into $45. Sucks. I mean, it's great for me. Sucks for the people who pay. It's not right. I am the biggest fuck you to Ticketmaster. I don't know how they get away with the shit they get away for. It is not right that the real fans, the true fans, the one that want to see them, are paying top dollar, double than what a guy like me who doesn't give a shit to see the show gets to be in the same section sitting next to him and paid half the price. It's not right. And even worse, what happened with me was I bought 2 tickets at 80-something bucks, which came out to like $200 with fees, to 220, 230, and then about 2 hours later, I got comped 4 tickets. Motherfucker, it sucked. But those tickets were up in the balcony. I gave them to some friends, so it was fine. But either way, that's the ticket story. So keep in mind dynamic pricing with Ticketmaster. If the show's a Ticketmaster show and you can see there's a lot of seats available, don't buy the tickets till later. They will come down. Anyway, so did not realize when I walked in that there was going to be an opening act, which turned out to be, I was first annoyed because I didn't really want to be there. Not that I didn't want to be there. I wasn't excited. It wasn't a show I was excited about. I walked in and someone told me this guy Trevor Horn was opening. I didn't know who the fuck he was. I missed the first song or two. But it turns out he is the guy from the Buggles. The video killed the radio star, that first video on MTV. He was also in Yes. So that was a nice little treat, actually. It wasn't bad. He had a good band. He played 1 or 2 Yes songs, and he played that Video Killed the Radio Star, which is, for an 80s kid, that was the song that started the MTV revolution. It's a good song. It's not, like, amazing, but it's historic. It's got historic value to it. So that was a nice treat. He came and went, and then it turned out that him and his band were Seal's band. So they came back on stage when Seal came out. I looked at the set list before he started because I want to see how many songs I knew. It's a very short set list, but he stretches it out. He puts on an hour-and-a-half show. So he starts with Crazy, which, in my opinion, I know the songs are good. He's got 2 really big hits. He's got 3 big hits, but one was a cover, and he didn't sing that. Crazy, which is a great song, and Kiss from a Rose, which is his biggest song. It's probably one of the bigger pop hits of all time, I would think. Then he did a cover of Steve Miller Band's Fly Like an Eagle, which he didn't play. I don't know why, but he did. So he comes out and plays Crazy, which I was really surprised. Usually when you only have a couple of hits, you don't start the show with one of them. But, that's what he wanted to do, and he did it, and it was cool. He got one out of the gate. And then the rest of the show, look, it's hard for me to he is a great singer. He is a really polished, suave, cool motherfucker. He is. On those notes, I'd give him a very high rating. I think he's like, a 9 in talent and the way he holds himself and the way he moves. He is a slick, cool motherfucker. That's what he is. And he can sing. And after all these years, he sounds fantastic. And he looks fantastic. He's fit. He dresses, mature and stylish. He always has. And he looks good up there on stage. I mean, everybody knows he's got those scars all over his face. For some way, he turned being an ugly motherfucker to being a really cool, good-looking guy. I don't know how the hell he did. I don't know where the scars came from. I remember seeing in one of these comedy movies, he said it came from wolves, but I know they were joking. But I'm not sure. I should probably research that. I'm going to do it right now while I'm talking to you because I think you want to know too. Seal scars. Let's see where they came from. The prominent scarring on Seal's face is a result of a type of lupus discovered. Lupus called discoid lupus. So he had lupus. And now I feel like an asshole for making fun of his scars. I hope you're happy. But look, it works for him. I thought he had like acne or something, but I guess he had lupus. I'm a jerk. Sorry, Seal, for listening. I didn't know. Thought it was wolves. So he's just a really polished nothing. I was not bored. I was not hating it. I was enjoying it, but because I didn't know any of his music, I had no way to connect to him. He had some speeches in between that were nice and very uplifting and motivational, and that was great, but I like to connect with the music. If I can connect to the music and feel something, a little goosebumps and shit, then I'm happy. And I just didn't feel connected. I just felt like I was watching a really talented guy on stage. So it's hard for me to hit him on a score for that because the talent is there. And if you're a fan, if you know those songs, that's a hell of a show. But let me go through it. It starts with Crazy. He goes, The Beginning, Deep Water, Whirlpool, Future Love Paradise, Violet, Bring It On, Prayer for the Dying, Don't Cry, Fast Changes. And he does a song called Killer. It's a Adamski cover. And then he closes the show with Kiss from a Rose. So the last two songs, I believe. This I thought was interesting. And it also goes back to tickets. For the last two songs, he came out in the crowd. He climbed literally into the middle of the crowd, standing on people's heads and shoulders and seats. And he was immersed into people, which I always love. I think it's a really cool thing. I'll have some pictures. I'll put it up. And he sang that song Killer. And then he did Kiss from a Rose from the crowd. And, and I think he does it to give us this sing-along where he's amongst us. And he talks a lot throughout the show about, he's here for us. You guys think you're here for me. I'm here for you. And it's interesting and it's nice. And he's very sincere. And he sings from the crowd. And the crowd has a whole sing-along. And everybody is together. But I always thought it kind of sucks. If you bought front row seats to Seal because you love him. And he's singing his biggest song from 15 rows behind you. I don't know. Kind of sucks. But nothing you could do about that. I guess the same holds true for the people who can't afford to buy front row seats and are huge fans and they can get a little closer. So he does Kiss from a Rose. Awesome. It's so good. He's such a good voice. He slowed it down. He added some more, runs in there. And it's great. That was for sure the highlight of the show by far. But I knew that walking in that Kiss from a Rose was going to be the highlight. But he delivered. Did a fake encore. Came out. Did Get It Together and Love's Divine. So all in all, there's not much to say. Just because I didn't feel emotionally attached to that show. But it was a great show. And between the opener, having those couple little Yes songs, what was I going to say? To hear a couple Yes songs like Owner of a Lonely Heart and Video Killed the Radio Star, and then to have a couple of Seals, if you don't overpay on tickets, it's good. Good show, man. I liked it. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll probably give it a 7.5. It was a solid show. I cannot complain. On a talent level, I would give him a 9 for sure. The guy's just super talented and he's super cool. There was a part of one song where he went back to his background dancer and he was just like dancing with her. But the way he dances and the way he moves, he's such a polished, suave kind of guy. He's really got a certain style to him. He's had it forever and it's legit and it's not an act and it's cool. It's nice to see that. I'm telling you, when you turn on videos now and everything's about ass pussy and bottles and clubs and money and Lambos and jewelry, to see a nice polished guy who's in he wasn't in a suit, but he was in a button-down shirt and a vest and slacks, and it's nice. It's a shame what happened to music. I really hope some of the bigger stars today can try and save it and bring some respect back to music, because it's kind of going away. But anyway, that's it. Thanks for listening. Subscribe, comment if you're there, comment if you've seen them, and I will see you at the next show. Bye-bye.